What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. We're here at Carlisle. Look how happy she looks. We're here at Carlisle, but the reason I'm doing this video is actually very little to do with Carlisle and more so to do with the C8 ZR1 next to my C8 Z06 with a C8 ZR1 spoiler. So we get to actually compare these things in real time. Which one looks bigger? You know, we're gonna compare sizes. You know, let's bust out a tape measure and do this thing right. All right, guys, so here we have them. Two what looks like ZR1s, but only one of these is actually a ZR1. You can probably tell by the license plate which one's a ZR1, but this is the RSC ZR1 replica kind of wing with the RSC GTZ diffuser. But then over here we have an actual ZR1 with the ZR1 wing and the GTZ diffuser from RSC. So I really want to make a video kind of comparing these because they're actually fairly similar. And of course I love this one. Is a hair smaller than the stock ZR1 wing. You can see right there's the RSC wing versus the ZR1 wing. So you can see it's roughly, they measured it to be about an inch less in girth, we'll say, but otherwise it is the RSC ZR1.1 wing. So it's obviously for the C8 Z06 and E-Ray. This is my Seawolf Gray Z06 with that wing. And then I wanted to get the actual stock ZR1 in here to show that wing. Yeah, very cool. So really the only couple differences I'm noticing, the end plates are bigger and they're not screwed on, whereas the end plates on the RSC wing are smaller with a screw. You guys have seen the ZR1 a good bit on the channel, but he also has the Euro tail lights like I do, which we haven't really talked a whole lot about, but I like the way that looks a lot on the Seawolf Gray. But he has them on here as well. Then of course the ZR1 engine. Shane's admiring it. What do you think?
Give it the thumbs up. Oh, it's great. I love it.
He's got the titanium screws from Paragon. The hatch supports from C8 Rally Driver, which perfectly match the Hysteria Purple. I like it. Of course, the OEM Jake carbon fiber brace, the Corvette strut bars there from Paragon. So he's done a couple things back here already. A couple titanium screws here and there from Paragon again. Of course, your ZR1 1064 horsepower plaque. You can't have a ZR1 without that. And then of course this particular spec is habanero interior, which is goes really well with the Hysteria Purple.
Really good.
Yeah. If I were to do a Hysteria Purple, it would definitely have habanero interior. I think that's like a must. Habanero interior for Hysteria Purple or Sebring Orange. Those are pretty much actually I saw it on Seawolf Gray and it looked pretty good too, so maybe I can't even say that. But didn't put the badge back on after some PPF. He's a badgeless kind of guy. So now here's the front end of the ZR1, and where things start to get kind of interesting is the splitter choice that I made with my Z06 is actually the GTZ splitter to give you a little bit more of an aggressive splitter because we went with a more aggressive wing. So this is kind of what I thought GM was gonna do with the ZR1 because that wing is so freaking big. I thought they were gonna do something a little more aggressive with the front splitter, and since they didn't, RSC did. So you can see the difference in the girth of the splitter here. And I maintained my dive planes. So yeah, this is part of the HPO package you'll hear more about, or yeah, you'll probably hear more about it after this video. But really cool to see these two cars together, guys, especially since mine's kind of ZR1'd out, possibly even more aggressive than the stock ZR1 because of that splitter. And we're both lowered. He's got Vossen wheels. Of course, I'm with the Forged Light wheels, magnesium wheels, which are super lightweight. And believe it or not, we actually did some math, me and the owner of this one, his name is Steven. The stock ZR1 wheels weigh a little bit more than the stock Z06 wheels. So my magnesium wheels from Forged Light are 42 pounds lighter than the stock forged aluminum wheels from Z06, but they're 54 pounds lighter than the stock ZR1 forged wheels. 54 pounds. Massive. I mean, 42 is pretty massive. 54 is even more massive. So yeah, this thing's of course just a beast though. I mean, the ZR1 is what the ZR1 is. I love the wing. I thought they could have gone a little more aggressive in the front on the splitter to make the car look even more different than the Z06. And I feel like that's the look. Like bigger splitter, dive plane still, spoiler from RSC's a little bit different, but still very ZR1-esque. Really a great looking setup no matter how you cut it. And of course, we're gonna try to get you another back shot here because this is where things really matter. Got that on the Seawolf Gray Z06. And then we got this on the Hysteria Purple ZR1. Both really interesting wing setups, obviously. Both have these like fins right here, but again, just slightly more calmed down or less aggressive, we'll say, but still really fitting, especially of the bigger GTZ splitter or diffuser, I'm sorry, that's on the car, on both cars. You kind of need that extra diffuser girth to offset the bigger ZR1 wing, in my opinion. Really really a cool look though, guys. Of course, we've seen the ZR1 a couple times at this point, but it's always a pleasure to see these things pop up at Corvettes at Carlisle. And then again, of course, the owner, Steven. Steven, I gotta get you on camera. Being
No
a
problem,
cool dude.
Justin.
Thanks for bringing the ZR1.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Everybody on YouTube is ecstatic that you brought the ZR1.
Appreciate that. Yeah, it's a great car.
It really is.
I hope they build more so that everybody can enjoy it because it's phenomenal.
That is the sentence of the day.
Yeah, I really do. You'll be shocked at how it drives. I mean, you've driven one, so
It drives like a Z06 until you put your gas or your foot into it.
Daily drive it like nothing.
Yep.
No
It's
problem
wild.
whatsoever. It is wild. Yeah, it's.
But yeah, I mean, parking them side by side here was actually, believe it or not, was his idea. Somehow I didn't even think of it. And he's like, hey, why don't we park them side by side? We had the same parts. I'm like,
Exactly.
yeah. You know, the guy who doesn't do YouTube is telling me things I should already know.
I like to hide from the camera. You're comfortable with it.
All right, well, car's beautiful.
He's selling allocations to us peons.
Yeah, right. No, yeah. All right, so looking at these wings, I'm going to get a third party's opinion here because Dana's already told me what he thinks. But out of the two, stock ZR1 wing, RSC wing on the Z06, which one do you like better and why?
All right, so I like RSC better.
Yeah.
The size comparison, that one's big. It's impressive. I get it,
yeah.
and it probably has a function because of engineering and things like that I can't comprehend. Right. But I like the look of this one better. I don't know why, but I do know I like these winglets a little bit. They're a little bit smaller, and I like that look. I've been behind your car, and I've seen it, and I like how it looks behind it. Right?
Yeah.
I've not been behind one of those yet, but I can't imagine if it would be.
You're going to spend a lot of time behind that car.
I know that. Well, when I follow you, I'm behind you a lot anyways,
right.
because we're going the same place, right?
I'm just saying, that goes fast.
Yeah, I know it is. It's the beast, right?
Yeah.
So my point is, I can't imagine I was like it bigger. I don't know. Now, like I said, there's engineering reasons and stuff like that, but the point about this one is I like it. It's just the looks of this one is better in my perspective.
All right, there we have it. Dana's 2 cents. Man, just wild to have these two cars side by side, guys. Hopefully you like that. I think we're going to kind of wrap this thing up, though. I could talk all day about the comparison here. So if you liked it, smash the thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't yet. And as always, guys, stay obsessed.